This is Troy Bryant at My App for Freedom, and I'm here to help you out understand how easy it is to invest, even when you have a little bit of money. I see all these videos all over YouTube talking about if you had $10,000 or if you had $1,000, and I know that due to statistics, most people don't have $400 to put together. Well, Robinhood.com has allowed you to invest as minimums like $10 a month in investing. That's an easy way to get in. So if you go to Robinhood.com, you can set up a Roth IRA or traditional IRA or what you call a taxable account. I like taxable account because or traditional account. It allows you to go ahead and have access to money if you really need it without penalties. Just to know how easy this is, Robinhood.com, you can go there and you can see all this information. I just took a snippet. Robinhood, start small, grow big, right? My dad started his account in 2021. And we just started his account with an investment of $25 a pop. Every month, $25. And that's taken out of his Social Security money. So he had $25 come out of his Social Security money. The money gets deposited in his checking account, just like a paycheck. And he decided, I'm going to do 25 bucks. I'm not going out. I'm not doing anything, spending anything. I can afford 25 bucks. Well, that was 2021, and as you can see, his account is now $2,349 as of today, January 6, 2026. And that's if you look on the right-hand side, it shows his stocks. He has 176 shares of AG&C. He has 2 shares of Robinhood, and he has SDIV 1.01 shares because we invest the dividends to buy more stock. And then he's got FETH, he's got 193, and that's Ethereum mutual fund. It was available. We bought a certain dollar amount, and we got a 1.93 shares. And that's the benefit of having Robinhood is allows you to buy fractional shares. So if you can only afford to invest $10, you're going to buy as much as you can for that $10 by a fractional share. And then you can start in something as easy as AG&C because it pays. It's a real estate investment trust and it pays monthly dividends. And that's exactly how we grew my dad's money to 2349. 2026, as you can see, January 12, 2026, he has a $21.13 pending deposit from his investments. That is his paycheck from his investment because he invested in AG&C. He also owns like 1 share of the Dividend Global X Super Dividend ETF. That's the DIV. And he's 19 cents a share. Now, we are now making $21 a month in dividends. We are depositing $25 a month. So that's $46 of investment possibilities. Well, the agency is paying enough to keep buying 1 share. Now, we changed in 2026 January, we changed the investment, as you see, January 5th, deposited $25. That $25 is now going to buy more shares of the Super Dividend ETF to grow that 19 cents higher over time, like we did the other thing. If you go down here, AG&C pays monthly dividends. Current price is $11.17. Remember, he's making $21. So he's buying one extra share of AGNC a month. So it's paying for itself. It will grow every month. It's going to buy another share every month. So that January, February, March, April, May, December, he's bought 12 shares. Did he put any more money into that? No. The money he's putting into that is going to the Global X Super Dividend, SDIV. He only has one share there. So his $25 a month now is focusing on the next revenue stream. This is what I try to teach people. If you can't start with $1,000 or more, start where you are. If it's $10 a month, grow it, but be consistent. Set I love Robinhood because it was one of the few companies that allows you to buy fractional shares at a large scale. And in 1990, before the year 2000s, there was another company. It was buyandhold.com, which allowed you to buy fractional shares. But the crash of the 2000s wiped that company out, like many others. Start small. If it's just $10, that's fine. My dad started with 25. I did $10 a month for my daughter, and I do. I'll show you mine in a little bit, but I do um, $10 every pay period. So you get paid twice a month, so that's $20 a month. That's what I do. Um, so just know you can start small and build up over time. So let's go to my account. This is my account. Well, one of many investment accounts, but this is my Robinhood account where I put a little bit of money into, and because I only want to put so much at a time, and I want to spread my risk on some of my investments. Now, my dad only had a few investments. If you look, I've got a TSSL. I got 9 shares of AGNC. I got Pattern. I have Clorox, Netflix, Navin. That's another IPO. UNG, Plug, BNR, FRMI, SBT. You can see all the shares I have. Okay. My total investment right now is $466 and 64 cents. It moves, but I have buying power. If you look down on the bottom left, I have buying power of $100. I started January for just this video, $100, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with $100 by spreading out $10 bets or investments. When you do it this small, it's a bet. Um, but let's go into what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and purchase, and I'm going to look for the stocks. I've selected my stocks already, so I'm going to do RCT. Just do okay. I'm going to do Red Cat. All right, and we're going to go ahead and move over buy dollars. You can buy dollars or you can buy shares. I like to do dollar amounts because it's easy. $10, right? $10. Review and buy. And that's it. Once you buy something, it's going to ask you, do you want to set up reoccurring investment, or you just hit done. So that was my first one. Okay. Now I'm going to do EVLE. LV. All right. So Evolve Technologies. These are all things that I'm did my research for AI stuff. And these are things that I'm putting money into the 2026 AI. Buy how much? $10. Okay. Review and buy and done. All right, so that's two. All right, I'm going to buy RX. Do your own research. This is the research I did, but I'm just showing you how easy it is to purchase all these stocks. Anything you do with your money, you take full responsibility. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to kind of show you how it works and give you an opportunity to see how you personally can do this yourself. It's not hard. It's really not. And done. That's three. And E. All right, we'll talk about this one. Um, this is one thing that I think is uh, a big opportunity because we're building a lot of these data centers and we need power for these data centers. And currently, there's not a lot of power centers. This is a smart, small nuclear reactor company. Uh, if we go through nuclear, it'll be a little bit cleaner and it won't hurt the consumer when it comes down to raising the electric bill. If you're going to do some research, do research 3 Mile Island and data center and do some legwork there if you want to learn about, what it takes to run a data center. Okay, so all right. And CGNX. I appreciate you staying with me, man, because it's important to know it doesn't matter where you start. It just um, consistent small actions are what you need to build over time. You only have two things to invest. You can either invest your time or you can invest your money. And I personally spent 20 years reading 20, um, 12 to 24 books a year for 20 years because I didn't have a lot of money. But now that I have excess money, I'm putting money into multiple different things. And it's important to start small and create these habits. And a habit of reading is important. Reading good books to feed your mind. And even if it's 5 to 10 minutes a day or just 5 pages a day, you need to read something that's going to stimulate your mind and give you an opportunity to learn something new. Because I hate to say it, if you haven't cracked a book in the last 10 years, you're falling behind. I personally, I've between audiobooks and books I've read this year, already 2026, I'm at 4 books in 2026 because of audiobooks. Another thing that I try to do is stay on top of information that comes out based on these stocks. I don't watch them every day, but I have them on a watch list. So if there's like big news that pops up, any big news that pops up, I can get a push notification. And Robinhood does that as well. You can go into your notifications and set up your notification notice to have it push whatever information you want it to push to your phone based on what you have in your watch list or in your purchase, in your current portfolio. you can do that as well. It is special. It just takes a minute or two to go through. I think I'm almost done. Almost done. Of course, I told you I had a list. It's important to go through this list one thing at a time. Yes. Let's see here. Now, when it comes to starting small and growing big, I always start with investing in one dividend paying project. So I find one thing, and currently I like AG&C because it's got over a 10-year history of paying monthly dividends, consistent dividends. So that's the first thing I look for. I want a monthly paying dividends. First purchase. I want to make money with my money. I don't want to sit there and sell for capital gains, buy at 100, sell at 110, $10 capital gains. I want to get paid. You have to think a little differently. You got to think a little differently. I like when I talked to my sister, um, we talked about putting a large sum into AG&C. She's like, "What do you do? What do you mean? I'm putting this much money in it." I'm like, "Yes. Think of it as buying a rental house. You're going to buy a rental house. Well, that's what AG&C does. It's a real estate investment trust. They take in money, and as a real estate investment trust, it has to pay out most of its earnings to its shareholders. So indirectly, you are buying into real estate using AG&C. You're going to take that information and get a return on your investment. Yes, the stock price goes up and down, but you have to think differently. If you're investing for income, you have to focus on the income. Doesn't matter what the price does. Am I getting paid every single month? Am I getting paid every single month? Am I reinvesting my dividends? Okay, that one's not supported by Robinhood. So I'm going to go to the next one. Is this supported? Yes, it is. Okay. We're just waiting on a computer. You can invest two things. You can invest your time or your money. If you have money, great. Pick a couple of those things that I did, put small bets on them, $100,000, and just let them sit for 2026 and then reap the benefit of whoever wins at the end of the year, so to speak. Um, but if you don't have that kind of money, start small, buy AG&C, reinvest your dividends, and just focus on that same dollar amount. Set up that auto renew, set up that deposit. So I'm going to leave $10 of buying power in my account. Well, you know what? I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. All right, I'm going to see if this is my backup. This is a backup for me. Yes, I've done my research. These are things that I chose to put a little bit of money in to start things off. And wait, it is there. So let's do this once it comes up. So if you have money, invest the money. Buy back some of your time. If you don't have money, invest your time to understand what money can do for you and what you can do with the power of compounding. And it's taking a little while. And you can see that my buying power is now 0 because I have a lot of things planned. We'll leave that alone, but you go to account, go to history, to find your information. But let's talk about AG&C here. I have 9.67 shares of AG&C, and it pays a monthly dividend. Its monthly dividend is 12 cents a share. So you buy one share every month, you're going to make 12 cents. All right. So let's take about what I have. The current value is $11.18 if you look at top left. Okay. And how many shares do I have? I have 9.66546. So let's go back to the calculator times the number of shares I have, 9.66546. So I'm making $1.15 per month. Okay, so that's $1.15 per month, right? Times 12 months. That's $13.80. $13.80 in this year's time. What is my market value? $108.06. Assuming I'm not reinvesting my money. Let's just do math. This is simple math. It's important. So 1380 divided by 108.60. 108.06 cents. And times 100 to get a percentage. That's a 12% return. Almost 13. Now, it's only $100, but I have monthly dividends going in $10 bi-weekly, right? Bi-weekly, every other week. So that's $20. So every month I'm buying one more share. So every month, not only is my dividend that's pending 105 is going to be reinvested, it is going to grow because I'm buying another share every month. So it's called compounding, getting money and putting it back to work immediately. This is what you do. A 13% investment on $100. I think that's a no-brainer. What are you getting in a savings account at $300? 0.01, maybe 2% if you're on an online bank account. This is what I want people to understand, that is not hard. Fear of false evidence appearing real. This is me showing you how I've done my daughter's account, my account, my dad's account, my sister's account. Now, she makes a little bit more money from AG&C. So she makes a little over $700 a month, right? So she makes over $700 because she has a large investment paying her that money. So divide that by 12 cents, right? That's the payout. She has over 5,834 shares times currently what, $11? So she's got a lot of money, but she's making $700 a month, and it's in our retirement account. What do we do with it? We just take that $700 of income every month, take that cash, and buy other stock. Think about what you can do if you had $700 a month, not in a retirement account, but just in a side account. Would you go out to eat more often? Maybe. Would you go on a trip every couple months? You'd have the money for it. $700 a month is a lot of money. $700 a month. 12 months. I know the math people out there doing this fast. It's $8,000 a year. Now, if it was in a taxable account, you'd have to pay, taxes on that. But still, that's almost $8,000 that you did not work for. This is the simple ideas that anyone can do using Robinhood. And this is what I want you to do for yourself. Make a decision, buy a book, start something, start small, grow big. $10 a month. AG&C is a good idea. I am not an investment advisor. I'm only providing education. This is Troy at My Ed for Freedom, learning life's lessons leading to wealth. Thank you. Like and subscribe.